Okay, hello. I wanted to quickly show a few things that this plugin can do that takes a little bit more explaining than can just be quickly typed out. So um, it's like an old rhythm machine, like what came before, like proper drum machines that we would know now, and like uh, groove boxes, they're so called. So what that means is that you just got like various, like these are all the beats you can choose from basically, and they sound like this. And so I personally just use it as like a metronome uh, when I don't want to make a beat, but I still want to stay in time and have some variation. Like you also have like these 2/4 and 6/8 things here, and you can see the sequences of these, and you can like change the steps to do all sorts of oddball things just to get out of your normal comfort zone of probably like the familiar 4 on the floor or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, so you also get a sequencer, which normally these things don't do, these rhythm machines, so it's already advanced in that way like a normal drum machine, but the main page still has that immediate intuitive simplicity. And you can add in more if you hold shift when you click it. So you're combining a whole bunch of them at the same time. And the really cool thing is you can also send it out to other tracks. So like here is Sitala, which is just a basic little, not a drum machine, but like a sample playback drum kit thing. So like the default one, you have an 808, and you can load in any new like samples that you want. So whatever samples you have lying around, you can quickly throw in there. So you can have more like dungeon synth oriented orchestral sounds and like timpani and all that kind of thing. Yeah, and so what you do is you go, for Reaper anyways, what you do is you go to route and then go to like Sitala, and so then when you hit play and turn the volume down on that one, all you have now is the Sitala playing, which are these sounds. And you can also, if you go to settings, you can change which ones these go to and have it correspond with like those on there. And so you can just really create your own drum machine from scratch that uses all these initial rhythms. And of course, change the tempo. It's fun to just quickly play around with, just to have something to start with. And then here's another thing you could also do. Let me go to route so that I route this instead to this Proteus VX VST, so that I'd have a bunch of different drum kits. So right now it's on kit 2. It's not wanting to cooperate. There we go. Well, it normally works, but you can basically change the kit here. And you have tons of different ones to work with. I think if I turn these being on, there we go. So if you have something like this where you have just a bunch of different kits like all laid out at once, you can just have it go straight to that and switch between them, and just instantly have tons of different sounds that you can screw around with. And so then, of course, you would, using it as like a metronome, you would have an instrument going, and you just sort of record that. There, so you see it also records the MIDI for the bucket pops. Okay, I'm just playing something random, and I'm not on the ASIO device. I'm just on direct sound, so it's going slower than it should. And I'm just bad at playing the keyboard, but you get the idea. It records everything, and it's all ready to go, and you have tons of variation, and you don't ever need to go into the MIDI roll and like plug in the notes manually. You don't need to. You don't need to do any of this kind of stuff where you're like, no, or like doing an 808 where you have the you're triggering the things on each step in the step sequencer thing. It's just ready to go right out of the box. So yeah, lots you can do with it. Super powerful, and I don't think many people know about these old rhythm machines. I think it's kind of a unique thing. And this is free, Bucket Pops. Yeah, definitely worth a look. Okay, goodbye.